Hi, everyone. Today we'll be presenting on one of the challenges that we discussed during the Linguistics Research Software Hackathon. And particularly, this problem is universal converter for interlinear glossing. Um, so we have a need for unified extensible data model. For example, we have two main specialized linguistic softwares, which have some conversions between each other, but there's problems with having too many formats, and it's very difficult to set up and use these converters. So, for example, we have Flex, which stands for FieldWorks Language Explorer, and its problem is that it's not actually flexible. And on the other hand, we have Elon, which is a linguistic annotator, but the problem is that it's too flexible. So even though we have these two main softwares that can be converted between each other, there's too many converters, there's a lot of formats, and it's very difficult to use for linguists that are not programmers themselves.
So currently there are a few specialized softwares. For example, we have the Flex, which is a FieldWorks language explorer. So the main pros is that it has morphological parsing features and also a robust dictionary, for example, morpheme gloss mappings. But on the other hand, it's not designed for flexibility of tiers, and it also can't work with modern standards. On the other hand, we have Elan, which is a very known software, and it also supports multiple formats as well as multimodal annotation. However, it's not designed for the morphosyntax or semantics and is not an up-to-date annotator because it's quite outdated.
So next, I will talk about the converters that are available. So first, we have the XIGT, which stands for Extensible Interlinear Gloss Text. This one is quite old, but so the pros of it is that it is more mature, and the conversion tools are better functional. The format that is used is basically XML, so it is fairly readable and familiar for most programmer to work with. However, it doesn't allow us to have multimodal or time-aligned annotations. And as I said, it is quite old and it is unmaintained. The last commit is from 7, 8 years ago. The more modern version of it is the LIGT, which stands for Link Data version of XIGT. The pros of it is it is graph based and it allows linked data. For example, the relationship between grapheme and allograph and knowledge graph, etc. And it also allows graph querying. Uh, However, this is a very new, fairly new idea. So the converter doesn't seem to be functional yet, and there's certainly more work needed on that part. And the documentation is hard to follow, even for programmer. So it would be an even more difficult problems for linguists.
Okay. To sum up, like we propose three main steps. First, we'll identify the gaps between current systems like Elon, Flex, and XIGT, LGT, etc. For example, the lack of the shared ontology, multimodality, or capability. And secondly, we aim to build a like centralized data model, something like a hub that connects different formats and reduces perspective works between linguists and developers, programmers. Yeah. And finally, we suggest choosing either XIGT or LIGT as a starting point backbone. Make this the converter fully functional and then extend it to other formats like Kano U and or CLDF. And yeah, therefore we like want to create more unified, extensible to bridges traditional fields tools and modern data systems. Yep, that's it.